Okay, I'm back with another video. Excuse the background. We're going to be improving that soon. But until then, just listen to the words that are coming out of my mouth. Um, I want to just give you kind of a rundown of where I've been at since the beginning of the year. I'm glancing up at the calendar that's on the wall in front of me that you can't see. Um, I feel incredibly calm and relaxed. I don't know if it was the bubble tea that I had, was it the socializing that I was doing with my band earlier, just a group of human beings who are incredible. I don't know if it was the live music that I was listening to that kind of calmed my nerves. I don't know if it's because I haven't used any stimulants like coffee. I mean, there was green tea in the bubble tea that I had, but I haven't used any coffee. I've been going to school all week. I feel incredibly accomplished. I studied for 2.5 hours today. I am on a roll. And yes, I did have a mini meltdown the other day, just thinking about that maybe I am not going to keep up this momentum, but I feel confident that I'm finally on the right track in life, although clearly everything had to get to this point for me to get to where I am. So there are no regrets. And I feel so incredibly good that it's almost like I'm not used to it. I'm not used to feeling like I don't need something else to happen. That's huge for me. So driving home from hanging out with one of my bandmates today, I was thinking, wow, I really do not know what it feels like to be patient. I've gotten some patience in the past couple of years. Yes, I do believe that everything is going to work out the way it is supposed to right now. That's what I believe. But I actually know that in 2020 and beyond, that patience is something I'm going to have to really look at and stop looking at the so much clothes on the back of this chair and not really look at the present, but to really know that I'm building and creating my life. Um, I'm doing my vocal warm ups every day. That's been cool. Like I said, I'm studying for my A plus certification, so I'm kind of entering a new career in IT. And so I decided to go ahead and stay with the computer technician route, and it has been very interesting. I already built my first PC. I feel awesome about that. Using it, it's at school, just getting all the updates that Windows will force upon you. Um, when you have that operating system. I can't wait to play around with some different operating systems like Linux and different things. So I feel really good about where I'm at. And it's not just because I'm in school. It's a culmination of all the work that I put in 2019 to really be clear on who I am and who I want to be and what I want to do. Um, I'm finally releasing all the guilt and all the old memories from expired friendships that I've had to let go as friendships. I mean, it doesn't mean that these people can't be in my life, but I think I was really confused for a long time about who these people were supposed to be to me. And I have some beautiful people in my life fulfilling some really good roles of friendships and more. And even though that's not all clear to me, I'm kind of okay in the unknown because I kind of feel like as an artist, it's my responsibility to fall and be in love. So I'm welcoming the feelings of connection, karmic connection that I have with people who aren't here or aren't doing what I want them to do, But I'm not a control freak, I promise. Um, I just have a vision for my life and I have a vision for the kind of relationships that I want. So, vision, I talked about that in I think I was talking about the business plan that I did. So I finally finished the business plan. I don't have all the financials in there yet, but I did fill in each section, and it's an artist business plan. So it's kind of like my personal life plan in a sense for the year. And that was an eye opener. Um, that helped me understand the resources that I have around me that I'm not even necessarily utilizing fully or taking into account. It makes you realize who's around you, what environment that you're in, and the resources that are available to you to get the things that you want to see happen done. I'm amazed at, I'm really happy that I'm sticking with my commitment to stay in Colombia for this calendar year, because I can't wait to really utilize it, or at least strengthen some of these bonds and relationships that I've made. Um, and I'm just happy because I'm thinking to myself, okay, well, I hope I don't do anything to piss anybody off, because I mean, it's such a small community, but I'm not worried about that. It always is a slight concern of mine, having some anxiety that is associated with having ADHD. That is the point of this channel, to talk about living with ADHD. So yes, there is some anxiety, some social anxiety, a lot of times. But the more I tap into and am aligned in who I am, the less I worry about what other people are going to think of me, and the less I worry about how awkward I can be at times. So I think, yeah, I don't have anything planned besides, I have Afro punk in there for later in the year, but I don't have anything else planned for the end of the month of March. And my goal is to start some things, continue some things, and to become employed in a fulfilling role that is aligned with my goals. I have some professionals that I want to bring in my life for taxes, for financial planning, for mental health, and for skincare, for internal health. Like, I want to go get my colonic. I love getting those. Um, and I want a business slash ADHD coach. Like, I want a business coach that understands how creative minds work and how some of the challenges that ADHD people have. Um, but other than that, and that's all on track. I mean, I'm definitely keeping my eye out for these people who are going to be brought to me, who are going to fulfill these things that I need, like tax planning and retirement planning, investment planning, and um, helping my business become profitable, helping my art become profitable, um, helping me stay focused without, I'm not going to say without the use of drugs, because I did have plans to see a psychiatrist to talk about some options, but they have a full list. And even though there are more, you have to go through a referral through someone. And I already got one referral, and I'm just focusing on other things and trying to do the best that I can to stay on top of my routines. I have a morning routine and an evening routine that I try to stay on top of. My morning routine is very key, but I'm realizing that getting ready for the next day, to be early for the next day, actually starts the night before. For me, it starts with my mindset that I already have to be very aware that I am going to be giving a good amount of my mental space and time and real estate to something else. But I look at it as an investment because it's actually something I want to do. I can see a return happening very quickly, and it doesn't feel like a waste of time. So it's about choosing well. And when you choose well, you're not as anxious about whether or not you made the wrong decision because you followed somebody else's advice. You didn't feel into what you wanted. You weren't aligned with the goal in the first place. And so it's going to be really hard to maintain those routines and give your time to things that you don't necessarily feel like doing if you don't see that it's going to be beneficial to you, and for me, soon. But in the patience area, in the area of patience, which is a character habit I'd like to cultivate, I'm working on putting in the work for something that I may see more so long term and not necessarily right away. I feel like I've talked a mouthful. It hasn't even been 10 minutes. I try to make these videos 20 minutes or less. I don't have anything else to say though. Like, I am full. Oh, other goals. Okay. I do have an old piece that has not been published that I want to submit to a nonfiction literary contest. The prize is $1,000. The investment is $25 plus the time it took me to write it, which I wrote it in school for my creative writing class. So But it's poignant. I got good feedback from my writing club and writing group, so I'm very confident that I'll be able to submit that by the beginning of March because that's when the deadline is. And so, I'm taking little chances here and there with my writing. I do want to be published, my first published book this year, if not two of them. But I'm not going to put any pressure on myself to do anything major with that until I just got a text message until after the first quarter of the year. Um, do your business plan. I mean, it just helps, get a year wall calendar and get a business plan. It's very hard to fill in those blanks if you're not clear on what you want, but at least you can start thinking about it. It took me a year to even attempt to write down anything, but I think the business plan template that I was given, whether it be a 14-page one modeled off of a dental facility that was not close to what I want to do at all, or whether it be the one-page business plan, which I think they say in order to speak about a topic in a simple way, you have to know a lot about it. That's why I don't think that the one-page business plan is really great for beginners. I found a 4-page business plan that, of course, becomes longer once you fill in the blanks, but it was for artists. So I feel like find templates for business plans that are in your industry. This had so many things built in that really spoke to the kind of things that I like to do: throwing events, doing performances, and selling original work, um, having passive income streams like books and things of that nature, and doing freelance or consulting work. So it just kind of worked for me to do a business plan of that nature rather than trying to take the generic route, which rarely works. Um, Other than that, I want to learn Spanish and I'm working on incorporating that. Just by the end of the quarter, I just want to continue my vocal exercises daily, which has been very soothing. It's kind of like just doing a meditation. The sound is really healing for me. So it actually serves multiple purposes and benefits. But other than that, I want to I have no hard goals for learning Spanish, but I just want to incorporate Spanish into, again, I'm glancing at the calendar, looking at when can I start this. As long as I do it before the end of March, then I would have completed that goal. But my only goal is, my main focus and goal for this quarter is just to get a great position somewhere that is flexible, pays very well, and is fulfilling and uses my the skills that I'm learning in my certification. So um, it's all laid out in my head, which is kind of the first time I've ever felt this focused ever in life. And that is the main point. I'm starting 2020 off very strong. I'm starting 2020 at the decade off very strong, and I know that things are going to pay off. All thanks be to the Creator, all thanks be to God and everyone in my life who allows God to work through them and in love. Even though I don't always like what they do, I don't even always like what I do or myself, but I'm learning to love myself, and that has been the greatest gift of all. Well, happy dreamers, I have I feel good. I feel full. I feel like it's time to end this video, and we shall talk very, very soon. Peace.